All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. Great to have you checking in today. My name's Aaron, and here at Altcoin Daily, you subscribe for our daily videos on everything going on in the cryptocurrency space. In my opinion, now is the time to start buying Bitcoin. Now is the time to start taking out key positions in very specific altcoins. Watch this video. You're going to like this video, and I want to explain to you the huge opportunity that we have before us. And in order for you to get the most out of today's video, I need you to clear your mind and develop an investor's mindset, right? I need you to think about the past, what's happened in the past. I need you to think about where the future is going. Predict the future. That's what an investor has to do. And the fact is, we're all early investors in this space. People are going to make money in crypto over the next several years. You know this. Now, there's no reason why you and I can't be two of those people. So here are my thoughts. We've been in a bear market for, 9 months now? I mean, even 9 months ago when we were near all-time highs, even then people were talking about just how high Bitcoin could go, even when we were at all-time highs. And that's true, right? Even at our all-time highs, the overall market cap, it was nowhere close to where it could be. I think our overall market cap, our all-time high for market cap is around $800 billion. That's a drop in the bucket compared to where it could be, because we haven't even hit $1 trillion market cap yet. The dot-com bubble was at 6.6 trillion before it quote-unquote popped. Obviously, the good companies continued to find greater success. But cryptocurrency, it's a whole lot bigger than the dot-com bubble. We are early investors in this space. Now, I realize it can be pretty daunting investing your money in a bear market. Hey, it's a whole lot more fun investing when the market's going up, right? Oh, Bitcoin's at 15,000. Let me throw some money in. Oh, it's at 20,000. Nobody wants to invest when the market's going down. Which is why today it gives me great pleasure right now to say that I believe that the bear market is ending. I think we're very close to bottom if we haven't hit bottom already, which is different from what I've been saying for the past few months or so. Usually when I make, hey, this is a good buying opportunity, I said, hey, we don't know where bottom is, put it on your radar. Well, now I'm finally saying that I think now, in my opinion, it's a great time to buy, for me. I mean, we've been seeing a whole lot of support with Bitcoin bouncing just at $6,000, about just a hair below 6,000. And of course, I'm no expert, but the reason you subscribe to Altcoin Daily is because you know that I follow the market every day. Obviously, you see the videos that we post. So subscribe to our channel if you want to stay informed on everything going on in cryptocurrency. But did we hit bottom? Well, if you're billionaire investor Mike Novogratz, a man who's made his living studying the markets and making smart financial investments, then yes, according to him and his company's research, we've already hit bottom for the year. Now, if that's true, then yeah, obviously it'd be a great time to start buying. But either way, let me share with you some more valuable info, because I'm buying Bitcoin right now and I'm going to tell you why. And I hope this video today has a lot of value for you. That's always my goal here at Altcoin Daily, to provide you with value. And I don't ask for donations. I don't want your money. I don't want any tip. All I ask is that if and when you find value in today's video, if you appreciate what I'm doing, hit the like button. It's a small thing you can do, hitting the like button. Still a small channel. Every like helps us grow. Anyways, so why do I think that now is a good time to start buying Bitcoin? Well, in short, it's because I agree with Mike Novogratz. I think that we've already hit bottom, or if we haven't, I think we're very close, and we're seeing a lot of support for Bitcoin when it bottoms out just a hair lower than 6K. So I think the market is underbought. Just like back in December and January, the market was overbought. Now the market is underbought. And besides that, the sentiment in the air is changing, right? You know this. I mean, while a year ago, any kind of bearish news would send the market into a dip, into a dive, Now we're seeing when bearish news, quote unquote FUD, comes out, it really has little to no effect. Take the other day when the much anticipated Bitcoin ETF was indefinitely delayed. Now in the past, news like this would have turned the market red. Well, the other day when this happened, the exact opposite happened. We saw a huge green spike, huge green candle. It's possibly big money continuing to take out their positions. And besides that, this wasn't, unbelievably bad news. Even when we hear very bad news like an exchange being hacked, even then it really doesn't send the market into red like it used to, which is very different from what happened in 2014 when Mt. Gox was hacked. That was really the one big exchange at the time. Now we have so many more exchanges and so much more infrastructure in place for people to buy, trade, and store Bitcoin. It's just the whole sentiment in the market is different. And there's a lot of reason to think, even besides this, there's a lot of reason to think that a lot of new money is going to enter the space. I told you, develop that investor's mindset. Well, think about this. In Bitcoin's 9-year history, we've never seen institutional money enter the space. First Bitcoin was for nerds, then it became for kind of people on their computers. The past couple years, we've seen regular people, who want to invest, get involved, but we have yet to see institutional money get involved. Now, we have huge companies getting into custodial services. You know about the Winklevosses, Gemini, you know about Coinbase, Circle, Goldman Sachs, or how about Citigroup? You guys know about Citigroup? Citigroup, one of the world's biggest issuers of American depository receipts, which allows Americans to own foreign stocks through a custodian, will reportedly offer crypto custody solutions to institutional investors. If approved by regulators, its digital asset receipt would allow institutional investors to secure investment in cryptocurrencies. A custodial firm, Depository Trust and Clearance Corp, would provide secure storage for cryptocurrency assets. The point is, now, which is different from how it used to be, now companies are nipping at the heels to get this infrastructure in place for big money to enter. And speaking of big money, institutional money entering, I actually think it's very possible that institutional money has already started entering the market, but we don't know about it. Because as you know, right now, there are several over-the-counter trading desks where big money can buy large amounts of Bitcoin on a non-public exchange, so it won't have any effect on the volume. And if they bought their Bitcoin over the counter and they stored it offline, we really wouldn't know about it until they put it back online. So, even besides all this, let's talk about Bakkt. The more I learn about Bakkt, the more I like it, and it's a step up from the normal custodial services. So, Bakkt is a more comprehensive cryptocurrency solution, addressing custodianship and far more. If Bakkt is successful, according to ICE CEO Jeffrey Sprecher, Bitcoin would greatly simplify the movement of global money. It has the potential to become the first worldwide cryptocurrency. Imagine this, CEO of ICE, huge financial exchange responsible for the largest stock exchange in the world. This guy knows what he's talking about. This guy, if there's one guy who could make Bitcoin a worldwide currency, I think it would be Jeffrey Sprecher. So let's continue to learn about this. So even according to Harvard Business School professors, blockchain technology has the potential to become the system of record for all transactions. If that happens, the economy will once again undergo a radical shift as new blockchain-based sources of influence and control emerge. So Bakkt could resolve several issues that are right now quote-unquote hindering Bitcoin. So if Bakkt realizes its vision, the firm could indeed resolve issues that have long stymied cryptocurrency adoption and investment. Well, what are some of those issues that Bakkt is going to do? According to this article, I'm going to leave a link to this article in the description so you can do your own due diligence, but I found a lot of value in this. So Bakkt is a surveillance mechanism to police that can deter and detect cryptocurrency fraud and market manipulation in a federally regulated market of size. Also, custodianship. permitting an exchange to securely store investor holdings under U.S. commodity regulations. This is all important, especially if you want something that's above board on federal regulations. Also, scalability, expanding the capacity of Bitcoin so that it can swiftly handle a massive volume of transactions well beyond Bitcoin's current speed of 4 to 7 transactions per second. So how is this possible to scale Bitcoin this way? Well, simply because we're going to be, it's kind of a bummer in some respect. Oh, now we're relying on a third party to handle our Bitcoin transactions. But, there's pros and cons, right? Also, Bakkt is a way for major money managers to offer Bitcoin mutual funds, pension funds, and ETFs as highly regulated mainstream investments. This should read to you as new money entering the space. Also, a more convenient system to transact in Bitcoin to pay for goods and services. We'll talk more about that in a second. Yeah, that's what Starbucks is helping to do. Anyways, Bakkt futures. Regulated futures market provides the cornerstone for the Bakkt plan. Although a trading facility that simply exchanges fiat currency for Bitcoin on the spot basis, it doesn't come under regulations. Bitcoin futures trading is regulated by the CFTC. So two exchanges, ICE Futures US and ICE Clear US, would launch their first physically delivered Bitcoin futures and warehouse in coordination with Bakkt. So everything's going to be above board by the CFTC. They're used to doing business with the CFTC, and it's also going to be backed by Bitcoin. Deterring fraud and market manipulation. Bakkt thus seems poised to meet arguably the most challenging regulatory concerns. According to CEO of Bakkt, Kelly Loeffler, the initiative would integrate Bitcoin trading into ICE's robust, proven, federally regulated commodities exchange infrastructure, including consistent standards of compliance, market surveillance, and reporting standards at the federal regulation level. So I made this very clear in our video from the other day that part of I think this is a good thing that Kelly Loeffler, the CEO, she's not trying to reinvent the wheel. They're taking time-tested, CFTC-approved, standards, and they're just doing it with Bitcoin now. So there's no reason this shouldn't be above board. In its repeated rejections or postponements of rulings on proposed Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, SEC decisions have insisted that listing exchanges provide sufficient means to prevent fraudulent or manipulative acts and practices, or demonstrate surveillance sharing with a regulated market of significant size. According to the SEC, this would require meaningful analysis of the futures market based on reliable data about Bitcoin spot market. The CFTC presumably shares these concerns through their commitment to protecting market users and their funds, customers, and the public from fraud, manipulation, and abuse practices. So ICE's regulated exchange experience. And though Bakkt has not yet released details about how it plans to collect and analyze data on Bitcoin trading to detect fraud and market manipulation, it seems to have a more formidable infrastructure to do so. Yes, not only does ICE operate 6 leading regulated financial exchanges, including the New York Stock Exchange, but selling data on exchange pricing and providing analytics represent ICE's biggest revenue generators. Its ICE Global Network provides clients access to data analytics from over 150 global markets, including proprietary data from the New York Stock Exchange and ICE Exchange, its ICE Data Service Division, in addition to over 600 proprietary and other sources. Wow. Let's continue, guys. We're learning here, right? No margin calls. Bakkt also plans to remove borrowing from the investment equation, which would satisfy regulatory interest in reducing investor risk. The new daily Bitcoin contract will not be traded on margins, use leverage, or serve to create a paper claim on a real asset, explained Bakkt CEO. The first contracts Bakkt envisions, we know this, Bakkt is backed by Bitcoin. That's why they have the name. They're not leveraging. Everything is going to be settled with Bitcoin through the Bakkt digital warehouse. Okay, scalability. By handling Bitcoin's transactions from within its large anticipated supply of Bitcoin, Bakkt also intends to speed up Bitcoin transactions, facilitating trades within its anticipated Bitcoin stockpile. could thus solve the cryptocurrency scalability issue. Sustained scalability for the world's largest crypto by market cap could in turn unleash a plethora of business and consumer applications to make commerce cheaper, more efficient, and accessible to consumer and businesses around the globe in ways we haven't yet imagined. Better Bitcoin transaction system. Anticipating such scalability, Bakkt is partnering up with Starbucks, which has announced that it intends to play a pivotal role in developing practical, trusted, and regulated applications for consumers to convert assets into US dollar for use at Starbucks. So, can Bakkt make Bitcoin the new global currency? You can finish reading this article for yourself, but basically they finish up here in saying if there's one person to do it, if there's one business who can make this happen, it's ICE and ICE's CEO, Jeffrey Sprecher. You can pause the video here, read about everything he's done so far. Of course, it finishes off saying no one is infallible, but if any one individual has the potential to transform Bitcoin from volatile, hack-prone, gadfly to reliable global currency and efficient transaction channel, it may be Jeff Sprecher and his global ICE exchange infrastructure. So obviously this is the number one thing I'm most excited about, but what's really exciting is that Bakkt is just one of many who are trying to do this. NASDAQ is a company that they haven't released any official statements, but you better believe that nobody wants to get left behind in taking crypto to the next level. Everybody can see there's money to be made. And the fact that we're seeing all this infrastructure happening right now, here's the thing, years ago, yeah, it was very unclear if Bitcoin would be anything. Now people think Bitcoin's not going to be too much just because of how much we had this correction over the past year. But I think now more than ever, and I want to ingrain this in your head, obviously do your own research, make your own decisions, but there's a lot of green flags that I see in the market to let me know that Bitcoin and the whole market's going to get a whole lot bigger. So I'm buying Bitcoin right now. I bought Bitcoin when Bitcoin was at 8,000. I bought Bitcoin when it was at 10,000. And I probably told you I was doing it then. Nothing has changed right now other than me saying, hey, I think we're close to the bottom. I think this is a great time to start taking out key positions. I like plenty of other coins too, you know. I mean, there's so many deals right now. Stellar, Misa Go. I'm sure if you bought Ripple the other day, it was great news for you. I mean, we're going to do a video. VeChain I like. Obviously, I like Cardano. We're going to do a video soon on some of the best buys. But now I put it up to you guys. You know, are you buying Bitcoin right now? Let me know. Anyway, thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Subscribe for daily crypto content.